In section 3, we are going to discuss how to use this Elevate program for CCE implementation. Once again, we see the product. We have student's workbook in hands of student. We have teacher's manual in hands of teacher. We have curriculum planner for the teacher. We have 2 teachers training program and implementation support. Let's see how we are making use of this. See, the usage of Elevate starts from teacher's side, and he uses his planning in curriculum planner. The curriculum planner helps the teacher to see the entire syllabus, all activities as per scholastic and co-scholastic assessment possibilities, and then plan for the whole year. After this, the conduction of activity is done in the classroom with the instructions of teachers, and then in this, teacher manual comes into picture. Again, teacher's curriculum planner comes into picture when the teacher keeps the records of child's progress in the register. Remember this sheet? This we did in our section 1. This is the curriculum planner. Here, chapter 1, this is the science. This is science subject for class 6. Chapter 1 is food. Where does it come from? From this chapter, we have made 4 activities. And then chapter 2, components of food, we have made 4 activities. These activities are clearly mentioning that what is the concept coverage, what is the learning objectives in scholastic field, what is the assessment technique, what is the place or venue for the conduction of this activity, what we can do in co-scholastic field, that is also given in this. Then after, time and the marks maximum given over here. So this is the complete snapshot of the syllabus for the teacher. With the help of this information, teacher will plan for the whole academic year on these sheets. Here you are again seeing chapter 1, food. Where does it come from? We saw there are 4 activities. We have left space for 4 activities here. Not necessary that you have to assess all of the activities. Yes, you can choose from this. Maybe from first lesson you have no activity to assess. Doesn't matter. Same way you can use components of food. Suppose components of food, we have to select one activity for assessment. So that would be written somewhere here apart from other activities too. Now the question arises, why are you writing other activities too? Other activities you are writing, that those would be also done for the sake of classwork and homework completion. And assessment activity that you are doing for the sake of assessment of the child on scholastic and co-scholastic domains. This activity we saw in section 1 also. But there we discussed about this activity, that why we have taken this activity into account. What is the purpose? The purpose was the student should know that what should be their diet intake for a healthy life. Same way we did one activity over there, that is survey. The purpose of that activity, that students should know about their needs and must budget their plannings, must budget their shoppings. In another activity for mathematics 10th class, what we have done? There we studied why we have taken that activity in Elevate. The purpose was to link the classroom learning to the real life. Another activity we discussed on values of 2 boys. the purpose of that activity discussion there, that why we have taken that activity. The purpose to connect real life situation to the classroom learning on ethics, on values. Here in this section we are taking this activity for the sake of conducting. So how we have to conduct? You remember our approach? What to learn, why to learn, and how to learn. So now we are going to do how to learn, how to do this activity. Here, this simple activity is a group activity in which you have to talk about carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, mineral, fiber, water. This activity of course is for class 6. The assessment technique we are using here, role play. Time is 6 minutes each group, and marks scholastic 10 marks and co-scholastic 10 marks. And this is a class work. Each and every activity either will be a class work or will be a homework. So now we are having some instruction for the students. They will read it and act upon. But prior to this, teacher will divide the class into groups, 7 students each. For example, there are 4 groups. These groups would be left alone for a while. They would be discussing themselves and deciding their role, what they would like to play for. Then after, they will go home, prepare, seeing internet, reading newspaper, taking help of parents, taking help of siblings, and then come back to school prepared on what? On introduce yourself as the component of food that you are playing. Number 2, specify the sources where you are present. Number 3, justify your role as part of a food. Number 4, explain what will happen without your presence in food. So on these items, students will prepare themselves. Some would be preparing on water, some would be preparing on mineral, so on and so forth. The space is left over here. This is the space to make notes at home when they are reading books, seeing internet, talking to their parents and siblings. And this is the space left when students will be in the class, listening to others and taking important notes. At the end of the activity, teacher will select best lines from the students' answers on various components, on all 7 components of food, and make them write here in the classroom. See, students have prepared. They are in the class, one by one group is coming. The student is speaking in front of class and then going back to his or her seat. This activity, the entire activity is a group activity where the child is learning how to prepare himself, where the child is learning how to behave in the classroom, where the child is giving respect to others so he could get respect, where the child is learning how to listen carefully, how to be silent when others are speaking, because he wants same thing for himself. So with the help of this activity, apart from completing our syllabus and assessing the child on scholastic and co-scholastic, we are inculcating a number of values in the kids. And that's the beauty of this kind of activity. Now, for example, Atul Gupta is in class and he gets scholastic domain 8 marks out of 10, and co-scholastic domain he gets some marks on the following, that is, for actively listening to others, that is social skill number 3. Another, helping others to develop their skills and competencies, that is social skill number 10. So on social skill number 3 and 10, Atul Gupta is also scoring something, and the same way other students are scoring in scholastic and co-scholastic domain. Teacher is observing kids. Teacher has a lot of time when the kids are busy in the meaningful noise. Let's see the teacher manual for this activity. This is the teacher manual. This will remain in hands of teacher, and here it is talking about assessment parameters. Assessment parameters which were given there in students worksheet also, the 10 marks for the depth of knowledge. Student will get marks out of 10 for the depth of knowledge for the topic which they selected to prepare and they have delivered in the class. Co-scholastic domain, the child is being assessed through this activity on social skill number 3 and social skill number 10. Same way, other activities will facilitate assessing the kids on various other life skills, say thinking skill number 2, thinking skill number 10, emotional skill number 7, attitude towards peer, AS number 4, attitude towards teacher. This way all these activities help the teacher to assess the child on co-scholastic domain. Now assume that Atul Gupta has got 8 marks out of 10. We are talking about only scholastic part. Co-scholastic we will discuss later. Before moving to the curriculum planner and the calculations, let me show you that lesson plan, the teacher's lesson plan, teacher's lesson manual is having the student's worksheet as it is. So the teacher need not ask or borrow workbook from the students. They have the same activity in their teacher's manual for their own studies. One thing more I would like to explain here, that here we have given some tips in students workbook. This is the student worksheet which is available in the students workbook. In this we have given some tips to the student that how they can prepare themselves for role play in a better way. Same way we have done for other activities also. Now we are talking about Atul Gupta. In every FA there is pen paper test. Let's assume that is of 25 marks. And activities are also of 25 marks. We know this, in every FA we have to conduct one pen paper test and we have to conduct 4 activities. So 25 marks for pen paper test and 25 marks for activities we have earmarked. Atul Gupta gets 20 marks out of 25 in his PPT. 4 activities science teacher is conducting, as that was the science lesson. So 4 activities, he gets 8 marks. We have done components of food and Atul Gupta got 8 marks there. So the first activity we have taken, Atul Gupta has scored 8 marks out of 10. Similarly, in other activities in science, mind it, this is science activities, this is the science teacher doing. So he gets 14 marks out of 20. Then in another activity he gets 20 marks out of 25 and 12 out of 15. So total 4 activities science teacher has done, but we have seen that these activities are of various denominators. One activity was of 10 marks, other was of 20 marks, third one was of 25 marks and the fourth one was of 15 marks. So total marks is 70. So out of 70 marks activities, Atul Gupta has scored 54 marks. See once again, in PPT Atul Gupta got 20 out of 25, and in activities Atul Gupta has got 54 out of 70. So we have to synchronize this for the sake of adjustment. Look at this. So Atul Gupta got 20 marks out of 25 in PPT, and in 4 activities he has got 54 marks out of 70. Now we have to synchronize it. Out of 70 he gets 54, so out of 25 he gets 19.3. Hence activity marks 19.3 out of 25. Look at this. Reaching to the weightage, PPT marks he scored 20 out of 25, activity marks 19.3 out of 25. So out of 50 he gets 39.3, and out of 10, as this is the weightage for one FA, he gets 7.86, means out of 10 he gets 8. So this way he has scored 8 marks out of 10 in FA1. See it for the whole year result. Term 1, FA1, he has scored 8 marks out of 10. Now we can assume that 8 marks he has scored once again for FA2, and for SA1, the summative assessment, he gets 21 marks out of 30. This way he gets 37 marks out of 50 for term 1. For term 2, FA3, FA4, he gets 7 marks out of 10 for FA3. For FA4 he gets 6 marks out of 10, and for SA2 he gets 19 marks out of 30. So this way he gets 32 marks out of 50 for term 2. Term 1 plus term 2, 37 out of 50 for term 1, 32 out of 50 for term 2, means 69 out of 100 for the whole year, and the grade is, means the grading point is 6.9 out of 10. So grade is B2. This way we have calculated Atul Gupta's result for the whole year. After this, how you have to record this in your curriculum planner, we are going to discuss now. In your curriculum planner, you will see this chart where you will be able to keep records of the students' scholastic domain. This is Atul Gupta here on number 1. In PPT, remember, he got 20 out of 25. In one activity, components of food, he got 8 out of 10. In other activity, he got 14 out of 20, then 20 out of 25 and 12 out of 15. This way he got 54. We did this calculations. And this way he reached to 19.3 out of 25. As he got 54 out of 70, we synchronized. The moment we multiply 54 upon 70 by 25, we get 19.3. So for FA1, Atul Gupta gets 39.3 marks out of 50, and this is the composition of PPT and activities. PPT 20 out of 25 and activities 19.3. So he gets 39.3 out of 50, and grade point is 7.9. He gets grade point 7.9, means 8. For FA2, we can simply see that he gets grade point 8 for FA2, and then SA1 he has got 21 marks out of 30. Recently we have done. So this is 37 marks out of 50, and the grade is B. Here this is the term 1. This is the term 1. Now move to term 2, FA3, FA4, SA2. FA3 he gets 7, as we saw earlier when we were calculating. Then in FA4 he gets 6 out of 10. For summative assessment number 2 he gets 19 marks, as we did earlier, and then he gets 32 marks out of 50. So this way he gets B2 for term 2. Now this way we have done our scholastic scores recording. Once again we understand, this is the chart given for FA1, FA2, SA1 completely for term 1. Atul Gupta has got 39.3 out of 50, as he got 20 out of 25 in PPT and 19.3 out of 25 in activities, in 4 activities. This way he got 7.9 out of 10 as grading point, which we can say that he has got 8 marks out of 10. In FA2 he has got 8 marks, and then he has got some marks for his SA1, and we have added FA1 marks 8 out of 10, FA2 marks 8 out of 10, and SA1 marks 21 out of 30. So out of 50 it is 37, which makes the grade B1 for term 1. In term 2 we are seeing FA3, FA4. Atul Gupta is getting 7 marks out of 10 for FA3. He is getting 6 marks out of 10 for FA4, 19 marks for SA2 out of 30, and out of 50 he gets 32, and the grade is B2 for term 2. This is the scholastic record keeping for the students. Now we are moving to co-scholastic part. As per CBSE, we have some life skills, that is thinking skills, social skills and emotional skills. In this lesson we discussed that we are assessing 2 skills, social skill number 3 and social skill number 10. In social skill number 3, Atul has got 5 marks out of 5, and in skill number 10, social skill number 10, he gets only 2 marks. So through this activity we could successfully assess SS3 and SS10. Similarly, you will be assessing other rubrics of thinking skills, social skills, emotional skills, attitude skills, all three attitude skills you will be assessing through these activities. However, you may find a couple of rubrics, maybe in thinking skills, maybe in emotional skills, social skills, which you couldn't observe through these activities. So that you can do on the basis of your own observation, that you can do yourself. So we are talking about assessment of core scholastic skills through these activities which you are getting in shape of Elevate CCE implementation solution program. Come back to thinking skills once again. Thinking skills, the complete chart is done, and this is to be done in 1 year time. Social skill, this is done in 1 year time. Emotional skills, same way it is done. Attitude towards teachers, it is done. Attitude towards schoolmates, that is also filled. Attitude towards school program and environment, that is also done. This is being done by only science teacher. See, the activity which we conducted, that was for science. 6th class science teacher is recording these all things about their students. Similarly, the teacher is assessing their values as per CBSE rubrics, and out of 200, because every main skill value is having 4 sub skills, so those are composing a platform for 200 marks, but ultimately that is also to be reduced to 5 marks, and teachers are doing this. This way the science teacher has done his work. In core scholastic, science teacher has done for life skills, attitude and values. Now this is for class teacher. The class teacher is receiving data from other teachers, other subject teachers also. As I told you that this is the curriculum planner in hands of science teacher 6th class. But by chance, the same teacher, science teacher, is class teacher of this class. So she has to accumulate all records from mathematics teacher, from social science teacher, from English teacher, from Hindi teacher, and then has to take average and fill these boxes. In life skills, Atul Gupta gets 4 marks. So this is the accumulation of results from various subject teachers. How? Let's see on the next slide. We will come to this slide once again. Look at this. Mathematics teacher, thinking skill for Atul Gupta 4 marks, science teacher 4 marks, social science 4 marks, English 3 marks, Hindi 4 marks, and accumulation is here 3.8. If it is 3.8, means it is 4. So here Atul Gupta is getting 4 marks and you are keeping in this record. Same way social skills, same way emotional skills, then attitude, all 3, and then values. Why we have left it blank? Because with the help of Elevate activities, you will not be able to assess students on work education, visual and performing arts, core scholastic activities, co-curricular activities and health and physical education. So what you can do with the help of Elevate? You can assess the child on life skills, you can assess the child on attitude, and you can assess the child on values. This we have just discussed. This page we have left for the notes of the teacher. Teacher can make their notes. And now, for a successful implementation of Elevate, we expect from schools that they must appoint one coordinator for Elevate CCE implementation exercises. Better that there must be a committee. So 2 teachers from junior section and 2 teachers from senior section can be incorporated in that committee. Those committee people will be in regular touch with Elevate content developers and trainers. And same way, Elevate people will be in touch of school for the successful implementation of Elevate. Here we have the helpline number. I read it for you. It is 09211 500 212 and email address for your queries. Thank you very much for your time with us.